Welcome to Red Watch with me, Richard Partington. I'm joined today by Manchester Evening News sports correspondent James Robson, who will be among our team at Wembley on Saturday for the Champions League final between Manchester United and Barcelona. James, you've been working on the build-up to the final. You've got an interesting line on Wayne Rooney.
Yeah, I think this, for many people, they'll be thinking this is a chance for Rooney to really stamp his authority on a major occasion. Arguably, he's not done that since Euro 2004 for England, which is when he burst onto the scene, internationally speaking. And Pelé, I think, described him as the white him. Yeah, if you think of the last two Champions League finals he's played in 2008 to a lesser extent, but in 2009 certainly, he kind of passed him by. It was a forgettable occasion for him when United lost to Barcelona. He was exiled onto the wing while Cristiano Ronaldo was played as the main striker. Now times have changed at Old Trafford. Now Rooney is absolutely the main man at the club. He'll be the focal point on Saturday, and it'll really be a shootout between him and Lionel Messi.
It's not been the smoothest ride for Rooney this season at times. Is he in the right place mentally to pull it off?
He's probably in his best form all season. I think most people would agree that he's scratched around for form this season, certainly for the first half of it. There was the injury he had dating back to last year, which pretty much curtailed his season and his World Cup when he got injured in the first leg of the Champions League quarter-final with Bayern Munich. It's been a brilliant season for him up till then. He scored 34 goals. But this season, the first half of it, of course, we had all the furore when he said that he wanted to leave the club. And this season it had been a struggle up until probably the New Year, which is when he scored his first goal from open play for United on New Year's Day against West Brom. Since then, though, he's been as close to being back to his best as you could imagine. He scored, I think, 13 goals for the second half of the season. And even as recently as Tuesday night in Gary Neville's testimonial, he also got on the score sheet there. So that was a good way to sign off before the final.
Okay, I mean, it's not often that United go into a game as underdogs, but you'd have to say that's the case on Saturday, wouldn't you?
They are the underdogs, so I think that's fair to say. But I do think that there seems to be almost this thought that in this final it's like a giant killing, like an FA Cup third round side, with a non-league side against a Premier League side. We are talking about the two best teams in Europe over the past 3 years. This is United's third Champions League final in 4 years. They've got nothing to be frightened of. Let's not make any qualms about this. Barcelona are a fantastic side. They're, I think Sir Alex Ferguson described them as the team of the moment right now, and they are. Messi, Iniesta, Xavi, David Villa, the stars. They've got so many of them. But United are in the final, and they're in the final for good reason. It's because they've been in fantastic form in Europe. They've won their own league title again as well. They might be underdogs, but by no means would I say this is a David and Goliath task.
Sure, and Fergie's already pulled off one Spanish conquest as such this week with the signing of goalkeeper David De Gea. What can you tell us about him?
Well, he's not actually signed him yet, but they are hoping to complete the signing, confirm it next week. What we know about him is that he's someone that United have looked at for pretty much the entire season. They identified him early on as one of the main names in the frame to take the place of Van der Sar when he retires after the Champions League final, along with Manuel Neuer, Pepe Reina as well at Liverpool, and Martin Stekelenburg, the Dutch number one. He was among those, the goalkeepers that they wanted. At 20, he's very young, but Fergie is breaking the British transfer record for a goalkeeper to sign him. He's going to come for around £18 million. Previously, Craig Gordon was the record at £9 million. So he must be sure about him if he's going to pay that sort of money.
It's a lot of money for a 20-year-old, though, as you say.
It is. I think that would be the main question mark. He's a Spanish under-21 international at Atletico Madrid. He doesn't have the experience. He has nothing like the experience of Edwin van der Sar, obviously. And it's a big ask for someone so young to make a move to a different country, move to arguably the biggest club in the world, and be a success. We've seen how much of a problem Ferguson had in replacing Peter Schmeichel when he left the club in 1999. He says that he didn't manage to properly replace him until he got Edwin van der Sar. Fabian Barthez might have something else to say about that. But if you think about the goalkeepers who have been successful for United under Ferguson, you'd say Schmeichel, obviously, Barthez and van der Sar. Between them, they had 4 Champions League trophies, 1 World Cup and 2 European Championships. That's the sort of experience we're talking about to be a top goalkeeper at United. Now, David De Gea at the moment has nothing like that.
James Robson, thank you very much.